The thing about democracy is that it's been known for a long time that democracy itself is unstable. Democracies are very vulnerable to tyranny. In fact, the American democracy is the longest lived democracy in the history of human society, as long as we're keeping records. What are the alternatives? So, a lot of times we think of American democracy as being opposed to communism. For a long time, people lived in the hopes of the communist revolution. You know, that the people would rise up, they would kill the masters. Your system is not going to work. If your system would work, you don't have to kill people to make it work. You just have to do it. And I think that's, aside from any of the details of communism, I think that's the most clear indication that it was never going to be a success, is because everything was dependent on this future revolution. And then when the revolution came, you saw that a lot of the same things happened even in these communist countries, that the greedy people took all the resources and used the structures of government to enrich themselves. The big advantage of the time that we're in now is that a lot of things that are being taken apart are things that needed to be taken apart. The administration that we have right now, I believe, is its own worst enemy. It's not a group of people that I would want to spend time with. It's not a group of people that I would want to be as my friends and my allies. I don't feel like what we need is a revolution. All we need is to be ready when things fall apart. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think things are going to fall apart because I think that's the aim right now of the government, is to deconstruct the government. But I also feel like there's a certain amount of things that are going to fall apart just from incompetence. I've told a lot of people this, and people tell me I'm crazy, which is definitely true. I'm definitely crazy, but in a lot of ways, I'm experiencing this season as a liberation. Mm-hmm. Because there were a lot of things that I never agreed with in the way America does things, but that I was always party to. Mm-hmm. And even though I may not have wanted it, my money for my taxes, I know, funded dictatorships and genocides around the world, many of which are probably places I'd never heard of, and I never knew it was happening. There was a lot of baked in inequities in the systems that we had. And those were things that oftentimes hurt groups that I was a part of, but I was still kind of complicit in it, whether I wanted to be or not. So it's liberating for me to be thinking outside of the boundaries of what we always consider as America. So I'm not saying that America is over or I'm shoveling dirt onto America's grave, but I am saying that I'm not expecting America to save me, and I'm not volunteering to save America. If America saves itself, I'm glad for that. But there's other journeys to take.